Good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible to you?
Yes. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, you are audible to me.
Okay.
Okay, let's start our today's talk, which is our fifth, we are on our fifth episode. Today's title is Turtles of India: Diversity, Threats, and Conservation. And on behalf of Central Zoo Authority, it is a privilege to introduce Dr. Arunima Singh, a leading professional in the field of turtle conservation in India. Dr. Singh currently serves as a CEO of Wildlife Survival Alliance, formerly Turtle Survival Alliance Foundation India, where she leads several important turtle conservation initiatives across the country. With extensive expertise in executive conservation, turtle husbandry, rescue, rehabilitation, and population research, Dr. Singh has played a significant role in strengthening turtle conservation efforts in India. She has successfully led the rescue and rehabilitation of more than 40,000 confiscated turtles, working closely with enforcement agencies across the country. She has also conducted turtle diversity surveys across more than 8 Indian states. Dr. Singh completed her PhD in 2023, focusing on the population dynamics and reproductive biology of the crown river turtle. Her professional training includes advanced turtle husbandry at internationally renowned institutions such as Turtle Survival Center in Charleston and the Bronx Zoo in New York. She is also a member of IUCN Tortoise and Freshwater Turtle Society for Conservation Biology. Beyond her field based conservation work, Dr. Singh is actively involved in capacity building and education as a visiting faculty member at the Forest Training Institute. She trains frontline forest personnel and students in wildlife conservation techniques. She also has mentored more than 50 MSc students in their dissertation research and has represented Indian turtle conservation initiatives internationally through presentations and collaborations in more than 5 countries. Her outstanding contribution to wildlife conservation has been recognized with several accolades, including the Northwest Group East Heroes Earth Heroes Award, and she was also nominated for the 2025 Future for Nature Award. We are delighted to welcome you today in our CZA Talks. Now, over to you for your presentation.
Thank you so much, Priya. And I'm grateful to you and CZA for inviting me for this webinar series. And I know this is the fifth session, and I've gone through the previous sessions also, and they are really informative. And I believe I must congratulate CZA for this initiating these series, and these are very informative for the general citizens and generating lots of awareness about the wildlife. So today's talk is more about the freshwater turtles and tortoises, and I'll share my screen. Just yeah. Is it visible now? Hi, Priya. Can you see the screen now?
Ma'am, we couldn't able to see your slides. It's not shared yet.
How about now?
No, even we could see.
Can you see?
No, not your screen.
Okay, sorry for that. I'll just try to. I'll just check with my team, so maybe they can help with this.
From Nietzsche, you can see share. In that, you can click on slide share.
Yeah, it's giving only option for the windows and entire
Entire
screen
screen
only.
you can select.
She, can you come just with the? I'll just retry it. Hi, is it visible now?
No, ma'am, we can not able to see your screen.
How about now?
No.
No?
Ma'am, you can select share. In share, you can see screen. You can click the screen.
Uh, I
After
have done
clicking,
the same.
yeah, after clicking the screen, you can give again the share in the in the end. You can see the share button feature.
Can you see it now? Uh,
We have a presentation. No, ma'am, your screen is not. We can see you, not your screen.
okay, I'll try again. Huh? How about now?
Yeah, now your slides are visible. Like in
Okay. Uh, is it my voice is clear?
yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, okay. Sorry for, I'm so sorry for this delay. And okay, let's start now. So today we'll talk about the freshwater turtles and tortoises. And so I believe it's a mixed audience, and we'll start with the basics, and then we'll go to the more scientific or the technical terms. So first of all, what are the turtles? So they are the reptiles, and they are cold-blooded animals, and they are the only reptiles armored with the shells. And some turtles have the bony shell, and some have the cartilaginous shell. And turtles are oviparous, and that means they lay eggs. And they also have the lungs, and they breathe in air. So if it's an aquatic species also, they just come out to breathe. And turtles are living on this earth since more than 220 million years. So they are the oldest living creatures on this earth. And turtles show sexual dimorphism. That means, hello. Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible. You can go.
Okay, okay. So, sexual dimorphism, that means they have differentiation like with the size. So, if the females are 65 centimeters, so most of the time males are usually three times smaller than the females, and they have temperature dependent sex determination. So, like lower temperature is more male when we incubate the eggs. So, and the higher toward the higher temperature side, it's more females. So this is the basics about the turtles. And so now about the turtle shell. So whenever it comes to the turtles, so most of us think about its shell. So let's know about what we call scientifically these shells. So the dorsal region of a turtle is called the carapace, and the ventral region is called the scientifically known as the plastron. Uh, Now it comes to the its diversity. In terms of Chilean diversity, India is at the third place. So we are just behind the Mexico and USA. And all over the world, we have 360 species of the freshwater turtles and tortoises. And India have the 31 species. And unfortunately, approx 80% are threatened as per of the IUCN Red List. And I must mention, like earlier, there was only 28 species of the freshwater turtles, and we have recently two to three more species discovered by different scientists. So when it comes to the turtles, so people want to know why we should protect the turtles and why we should save it. So here I want to mention that they are, turtles keep our wetlands alive in terms of like they are the natural scavenger, and they keep clean our aquatic system. Either it's a wetland or the river system by eating the dead fishes and the vegetation and carry on. And they also like maintain our natural recycling. They help in the natural nutrient recycling. And most of the turtles, not only in the waters, the land tortoises, they also help in the digging and burrowing the soil, and that's how they help in the soil erosion and nutrient cycling. Apart from that, turtles help in seed dispersal also and germination. So that's how they cleaning or pollutant of the polluted ecosystem clean. So I mean, I just want to mention here, so they like the organic food in their natural habitat. They just don't prefer the plastic, and they just don't scavenge that. And that's our responsibility to keep our wetlands clean, not throwing the plastic and all that. So because turtles are not there just to clean our the plastic or the waste material. So we all heard about these terms: turtle, terrapins, sea turtles, and tortoises. Most of the time, people are confused about these terms. So I'll clear them here. So first, I'll just tell about the sea turtles. So sea turtles are marine turtles. So India have the 5 species of the marine turtle, and so they are found in marine system only. And other than that, we have terrapin. So terrapins, which lives in the estuarine water. So India have only one species. Here you can see that its name is Batagul basca. We get in Sundarbans region. And apart from that, we have 3 types of other turtles and tortoises, which we'll explain later in the slides. So the two are turtles and tortoises. Most of the people are confused among the turtles and tortoises. So I'll just try to explain in easy words. So the turtles are more aquatic and semi-aquatics, and they are, most of the time live in the water, and they come out just for the nesting and basking reasons. And they have more compressed shell and streamlined body in compared to the tortoises, and they have webbed feet because they have to swim into the water. And turtles are mostly omnivores. And when we talk about the tortoises, so tortoises are the land dwelling species. They live most of the time on the land. So they nest also on the land, and their shell is more dome shaped, and their feet are stumpy or kind of an elephant feet. And they are mostly herbivore, and but they also eat insects for the intake of protein, maybe. Yeah. So when it comes to the turtles, turtles are also two types, soft shell and the hard shell. So, what is the difference between soft shell turtle and hard shell? It's when you see a hard shell turtle, you can see plate like structure, which is called the scoot, and but the soft shell turtle is more flat and leathery, and it's a cartilaginous structure on their shell. So that is the difference between soft shell turtle and the hard shell turtle. So if we see the order testudians, so in India there are three families of the testudians. One is the Testudidae, which is more tortoises, and Geomididae, which is all the hard shell turtle, and Triachnididae, which is soft shell turtle. So these three major category of the freshwater turtles and tortoises are found in India. So in hard-shell turtle, we have Asian river turtles, leaf turtle, roof turtle, and the box turtles. But there are other kind of turtles also, but we India don't have those, hard-shell turtles. So we have only these turtles. So when it comes to the turtle identification, so it's people get confused most of the time. I get lots of call like for the identification purposes. So I mean, in this session, I can't, promise that I'll be able to justify that you'll learn like how to identify each species. But yes, if you see the color and pattern of different turtles, you can easily learn the name of the species. And in our next slide, I'll just try to show some applications also. With the help of that application, you can learn more about the species identification. So I'll not go much in detail with the identification part. Um, so now it comes to the tortoises. So India have the four genera and five species of freshwater tortoises. So some of them are endemic to the region, like this Travancore. This is endemic to India only. It's found in only Western Ghats regions. And this one is Menorrhaea impressa. This is found in the northeast region, and this is star tortoise, and this one is the giant tortoise, Asian giant tortoise, and this is yellow tortoise. So five species we get in India. And these are the soft-shell turtles. So India have the 9 species of the soft-shell turtle, and this is the new species got discovered by in Assam region. This is Burmese peacock soft-shell turtle. So last year it got discovered by one of the scientists. So total now India have the 9 species of the soft-shell turtle. So one species you can see here, this is the lead soft-shell turtle. This is the endemic turtle of the India, and this is also found in the Western Ghat. And this is Pelecholis cantori. This is the largest soft-shell turtle found in India. Other than that, this species is the black soft-shell turtle. This is the earlier it was extinct in the wild. Now it got after the lots of conservation intervention, this species is now critically endangered and reviving in the wild also. So these are the 17 hardshell species found in India, and some of them are really endangered species, and some are critically endangered species. I'm not gonna name them one by one, but just want to show that how diverse India is in terms of the freshwater turtles and tortoises. So these are the few challenges turtles are facing, like the riverside agriculture. So as you all must be knowing, the turtles come out to nest, and when they come out to nest, when there is agriculture along the river, so their eggs get destroyed, and that's why the survival and their habitat is more disturbed. So they can't, survive into the wild because of these reasons. And apart from that, that's sand mining and uh, accidental drowning in the fishing nets is one of the reason. And most of the time, people throw plastic in the rivers and wetlands, and turtle eat and get sick, and ultimately just die. So these are the, and also the dams are the one of the reason of the declining population of the freshwater turtles. So these are the few challenges habitat level, and these are the primary challenges. But the direct threat we see is the, and I would also say emerging threat is the illegal turtle trade. And in this, like thousands of turtles are sourced from the wild, and in India they are highly in demand. And in terms of need, so turtles are traded because of meat, as well as the pet trade, as well as their for the medicinal purpose. So they are also not consumed in India. I mean, they also consumed in India, but also like people smuggle them to the Southeast Asian region for the for the meat, as well as the pet purpose, as well as the medicinal purpose. So here you can see this is one turtle, and this is the one part of turtle. This is called the callipee, and it's the marginal area of the freshwater turtles, and people like sell them as a chips. And this is used by mostly in Southeast region. They make soup out of these chips. Other than the illegal trade, I believe like invasive and exotic species is the another threat on especially the survival of our native species, like the radius slider and the yellow-bellied slider. Now, when I was doing, I mean, my research, initially I've never found the radius slider into the wild, like in river system, but recently it is also reported from the Chambal River, which is very dire situation. And the people like keep them as a pet when they grow, and they release back into the wild, which is actually banned, releasing radius slider or any exotic species into the wild. And it compete with our native species. And it's also like somehow, I mean, if it started, we are seeing them into the Chambal river, like Chambal. So, I mean, it's really gonna compete with our native species now. So this is the another challenge turtles, our native turtles are facing. So other than threats, we usually work on different part of recovery of the different species. So these are few part at the we are working on, like so these are different pillars of the conservation we are working on. So we are working for the law enforcement and protection with the different enforcement agencies. We are doing a species we are doing a species recovery program for different species, and also we work at the policy level, uh, and also the participatory and research and monitoring, as well as the networking, and lots of collaboration with the enforcement agencies, forest departments, as well as the NGOs and universities, and definitely the community people. Uh, so here in the left side, you can see a few areas are highlighted. So these are identified turtle priority areas. These priority areas identified in 2005 for long-term conservation of a few species. These areas were identified on the basis of mm, the population of the turtles, as well as the species which was needed immediate conservation attention, or the conservation restoration, or recovery program. So on the basis of these five areas were identified. So we are continuously working in those areas also. So I'll give just few examples where we are working with the different stakeholders, majorly with the state forest departments. So this is the Batagur kachuga, and this is the species only found in the Chambal River. not anywhere else. And we are doing a nest protection program for them. And in past few years, we have protected over 7,452 vulnerable nests from the along the river. And that's how you can see in the picture. We protect them along the river only, and when the babies hatch, we release back into the wild. So that's how we are able to, revive the population of this species, and continuously we are doing it. And we also do the monitoring of the hatchlings after the release. So in some turtles, we also use the transmitters. So just to understand where they are going and just to understand their habitat and the movement ecology. Apart from that, we also do for the species revival, we also do the breeding program. For these are the few species like red crown roof turtle, narrow-headed soft-tailed turtle, tricanate hill turtle, crowned river turtle, and spotted pond turtle. These are the few species we are working at the Kukrayal Gharial Rehabilitation Center. And here we have developed some assurance colony for them also, and they are successfully breeding. And when the babies reach to certain level, we release back into the wild further to replenish the population into the wild. And also, like recently, we have used radio telemetry in narrow-headed soft-tailed turtle, and we released those turtle into the Yamuna River, and we got approx in 1 year we got approx 80% survival rate in Yamuna. I mean, I believe Yamuna is the most polluted river, but still, like we have, you know of revival of these species into the river like Yamuna also. So this is the Patagur basca, one of the most charismatic species, I believe, and this is found in the Sundarban Tiger Reserve. And I mean, we have assurance colony, and this species is completely gone from the wild. And so we are working on the reviving this species, and we have some individuals in captivity, and slowly we are releasing back into the wild. And last year we released 10 individuals into the wild, putting a satellite transmitter to find out like where they are going, just to understand their survival rate. And this is what we are doing in Sundarban with the forest department. This is the really good example of how we can work in with the community, so or the temple committee. So here we work with the mostly with the temple committee. This species was extinct in the wild, but there were few individuals left in the temple pond. So in Haju and Nagshankar temple in Assam, so we have started reviving this uh, population from the captivity, or I would say like from temple, and then releasing back the hatchlings to the wild. And slowly the species is reviving through different intervention, not only by us, by the temple committee, forest department, and different NGOs and the students. So for now, we have rewilded more than 150 individuals into the wild, into the Brahmaputra River only. And this is the project we work on with the Nagaland Zoo, and this is the Meduria MS, and this is the largest tortoise in India, and this is also very few individuals left into the wild. So we are doing the species recovery program for this species also. This is the project we work for the revive. I mean, we provide the we do the rehabilitation, or we provide primary triage to confiscated individuals, and we release back into the wild with the help of the enforcement agencies. And we have also repatriated few individuals which were just translocated to the different states, and then we brought back into the UP, and then we released back into the wild. So apart from that, we work at the for the education and awareness with the different the communities, as well as with the students, Reparine communities, and the students or the schools. We do the cluster level programs with the school students living along the river also. Uh, So I'll not if I'll talk about the tiger or the crocodile, which are most you see lots of conflict with those individuals, but even with the turtles, which is very you know cute species, but even then people are not able to coexist with these species also. This is the most, I mean, I would say, severe dearth of knowledge and awareness, and because of that, more than 86% of the freshwater turtles are threatened as per of the IUCN Red List. And the most, I would say, mm, the largest threat is the illegal trade for the meat and pet purposes, and definitely, yes, the habitat destruction. So here I just uh, write down few points how the citizens can contribute with the conservation of the freshwater turtles and tortoises. And I would say, anyone who love nature and who goes to the wild reasons like forest and to the river, they can contribute for the conservation of the turtles. And if you like to go to the rivers or the wetlands, you can always observe turtles and you can report it to the different citizen science platform like the Kurma application. I'll show in next slides. So these are the platform where you can report your sightings, and that's how you can contribute for the with the I mean contribute in research of even the you can contribute for the to understand their abundance also. So this is how you can contribute, and apart from that, you can help in protection of their habitat by not uh, throwing the plastics, or not just doing any nuisance into the river or the forest area. And apart from that, reducing your carbon footprint by reducing, reusing, and recycling. Apart from that, you or your friends can volunteer with the any wildlife conservation projects, because I believe very few individuals are working for the wildlife, and we need more people, not only for the turtles but other wildlife also. And also, you can learn and you can share and you can motivate other peoples for the conservation of the wildlife as well as for the turtles. Uh, so I get lots of calls, and people just inform like they have a turtle or they have seen a turtle. So here few points I have mentioned, like what you can do when you see a turtle. So if you observe any turtle, never touch it or just never pick up it immediately. So I would only suggest, like, you can just take the note and take the location, and just share the information with the any forest nearby forest department person or the wildlife rescue organization only. And you can just contact them, and just if the turtle is near to the their natural habitat, then it's always better release back into the nearest pond, lake, or the river banks, and leave it undisturbed, because that's the only best way you can help a turtle, not just like bringing it home or keeping it for a while just and then releasing back into the wild. So I would not encourage doing that. And I also must mention here, like, all the turtles of India are protected under Schedule 1 most of the time, or in Schedule 2 as per of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. And violation of this can imprisonment into for the 3 to 7 years in jail, and or you may fine up for the 25,000 or more than that. So it's better whenever you see a turtle, just either release back into the wild or just contact to any authority or wildlife organization. So this is the application I have mentioned about. This is the Kurma turtle tracking application. This application help you to know more about the turtles. And if you see any turtle, you can report. And uh, if you want to know the species name, that you can also report. You'll always get the information about that species also. And if you find any injured turtle, so there are facilities mentioned in that app, so you can just go and hand over the turtle to those facilities also. So for now, that's it. Thank you so much. I think I'm before time. So we have more time for the question answers.
Yes. Okay, in chat box, I could see some questions, so let me read it out.
Okay.
First question is about, could rising nest temperature lead to female bias sex ratio and affect long-term population viability?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's why when we do the captive conservation, I mean, when we do the incubation in captivity, so we make sure like we are not just going with like so you most of the time like if we see in the wild, so the rising temperature is the reason for the more females, right? So this is what happening in the wild. So but in captivity we make sure like we are trying to balance the temperature.
Next question is,
And
what is the
many
role of
people are working on that aspect, like understanding the impact of global warming on the freshwater turtles. So it's a really good, research area, this kind of gap people can work on.
Yes. Moving to the next question, can climate change influence the emergency and transmission of disease in testudites?
Yes, definitely. I mean, especially in hatchlings, we have seen like the climate change and increased temperature most of the time. Like we have seen lots of infections and fungal infections just because of the uh, rising temperature. Yeah.
Next question is, what is CITES and national wildlife legislation in controlling turtle trade?
Sorry, I think missed your.
What is the role of CITES and national wildlife legislation in controlling turtle trade?
Okay, so scientists work at the to control the trade level, international level. If we are just any consignment coming from the other countries, so they just they play important role in uh, you know enforcing the laws at that level.
One of the final question, how does chemicals and toxins affect the eggs and shells, and what are your current observation on the same? Is there any egg thinning in the you
Sorry,
have observed?
can you please read that, because I have just like one question popped out just showing sand mining thing, so I just it distracted me. So can you
Okay,
go the previous one?
how does chemicals and toxins affect the eggs and shells, and what are your current observation on the same? Is there any egg shell thinning that you have observed on field?
No, I would say there is no research on that aspect, but definitely, I mean, I've seen like lots of deformities with the, maybe it could be because of the temperature or could be because of the chemical. So I believe, I mean, the research work is needed at that part.
Do we have any legal framework to and control sand mine, or
Yeah,
there is any
there is a separate place for sand dunes, just like wetlands. So yes, I mean there are few protected areas where I mean there is controlled sand mining, but I mean the areas which are non-protected areas, I don't think there is any control for the sand mining. Unfortunately, yes.
And there is one question from PhD scholar, like, is the how people convinced towards turtle conservation?
How people convince toward turtle conservation. So I believe like you can motivate them, and first like when person know about anything, maybe through you can just take them to the any turtle facilities and all that, and awareness is the only way you can just you can convince people for the conservation of these turtles only.
And last question is like, after rehabilitating and rescued turtles, what criteria should be used to decide whether it is suitable for releasing back into the wild?
So, big no for the person who is just rehabilitating turtle at home. So, I don't encourage that. But if it's in captive center or any zoo or somewhere, then we do health monitoring. So, there are different criterias. We see like we see the hydration level. We check the if any parasitic load on turtles, and also we do the hematology and the biochemistry just to understand the animal is healthy or not. So it's a complete protocol we follow before rehabilitating or releasing into the wild.
I have there is no question in the chat box, but if anyone wanted to ask any question to her, like kindly open your mic and you can ask directly to her. Okay, if there is no further questions, we'll end the section today. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you so
Let's meet
much,
in the next.
and thank you. Thanks to all the participants who have just like joined today, and thank you, CZA, for having me for this webinar. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.